Greetings, and welcome back to the MCOC Encyclopedia. So you've just pulled 7-star Captain Marvel, as her track has just finished. You were like me, and didn't pull her a single time from all 100 and something Magnetron crystals. So let's see what she can do at rank 1, Unawakened. As always, we're going to start off in Realm of Legends, before adding a few synergies, and then moving into Act 8. Realm of Legends is a relatively good testing ground for just base abilities, but Act 8 gives us a much more realistic use case. Captain Marvel really rotates around her binary charges, which you can see we have 6 of at the moment. You gain them by blocking hits, and you gain 2 on a parry. You can also gain some from your Special 1 and Special 3. The important thing about them is they do carry from fight to fight. So if you finish one fight at 20 charges, you will start the next fight, at 20 charges. Once you hit 25, you will trigger a big fury for every 5 charges, so you can see I have 5 ready. And once you get going, you can really get going. You can gain extra charges on your heavy attack, and Captain Marvel has a unique ability where on her heavy attack, if you heavy punish your opponent, you can stun them, so more charges that way. What's also quite nice is that the last 2 beams of her Special 2, whilst in her binary mode, are unblockable, meaning if you need some extra charges, you can get them that way as well. Her basic attacks will also apply armor breaks, and you can see she's also dealing extra red burst damage, and that is proportional to the number of armor breaks on the opponent. More armor breaks, more damage from your base hits, and more burst damage as well. You can see that it took us about 30 seconds to ramp up in this fight, and we end with, nearly. The fight should have ended about here, but then Winter Soldier decides to throw his Special 2, so this is going to be extended out slightly, and unfortunately we only end with 2 charges going into the next fight. But all in all, that was about 1.5 minutes, which is fine for a 7-star rank 1 that requires ramping up. In this fight, Captain Marvel, we started with 2 charges, and we did also start with a little bit of power. Every charge you have when you start a fight will give you a little burst of power, up to if you start at the maximum of 25 charges, and yes, you will go straight into your binary mode if you end at 25, you will have 1.5 bars of power, meaning 1 combo and a parry, I think, is just about enough to take you straight to Special 2, and you can let the fireworks start. If you need to at any point, you can dash back and hold block to trigger your binary early. And you might ask, well, why do I want to do this? Well, when triggering binary, Captain Marvel will remove all debuffs off her, meaning she does synergize very well if you're running the recoil masteries, but we aren't doing that here. She will of course take recoil damage, unless you can get her awakened. When awakened, Captain Marvel will gain a pretty meaty indestructible buff, and by meaty I mean long, depending on how many SIGs you've put into her. At SIG 200, I believe it's around 12 seconds, so it really goes. And you can use that to make sure you don't take real recoil damage from your first set of specials. So, we're managing to maintain our charges pretty well here, and that's some pretty big heavies. That was a 30k heavy if you include the burst damage, and we're still getting 20k mediums, which out of a 7-star rank 1 is not bad at all. Go for another Special 2, all in all was about 50-60,000 damage, slightly slow on the recovery there, 1 heavy, another heavy, sadly no crit, bait the Special 2, and all in all, that was a much faster fight than Winter Soldier, which was about 90 seconds. Oh, well, it felt faster. However, we can now add some synergies. And you can see we started this fight with 17 charges, and well over a bar of power. Synergies helped with this, but I just had a better fight versus Realm of Legends Winter Soldier. What synergies are we running here? First synergy, and her most important one, though it is not required, is with Nick Fury, who is himself an excellent champion. You can see that our charges are going down much slower. They take a whole second extra for each charge, and that really helps her sustainability. Can you play them without them? Of course you can. Would you want to bring Nick Fury anyway? Sure, why not? He's a great champion. You can see that off this Special 2, we have 13 at the end. We can dash in, heavy, and then another heavy. We're up to 19 charges, and they're going down really slowly. We get another heavy there, and we're back to 21. So maintaining them with just, even if you just went parry heavy, you would maintain your charges, no issues at all. Parry heavy, big Special 2, no issues at all, but you can keep going with regular hits, unless you're trying to be stupid like me. But that was still a very nice 40k heavy to end with. We're now moving into Act 8. This is 8.1.1. So to say that, oh, she's an old champion and can't be used in Act 8, I hope I will prove is absolutely incorrect. Apart from Nick Fury, we are also running Hulkling, which is not important, ignore my low battery. But if she has less than 10 charges when she enters a fight, she will go straight to 10 charges. You won't gain the power from this, but that really, really increases her ramp-up speed. You can see we're already at 20 charges, and the fight's only just beginning. This node isn't ideal for her, as I'm trying not to parry too much because of, I think it's defective defense, and we don't want to get too many of those, what are they called? Disorients on us. There we go. So, that was a 250k heavy attack, by the way, plus whatever the burst damage was afterwards. So yeah, she can absolutely be used in Act 8. We've got 2 more synergies to go. We have the Kamala Khan synergy, which is not ideal because Kamala Khan is not the best champion, but that gives her extra fury potency, which is very, very nice to work with indeed. We're now going up against this Hulk, and Hulk, he'll go unstoppable if we push him, or, his specials might be an issue, but what if we just don't let him do anything and, he's dead there. That was 2 200k specials back to back, plus burst damage, which was another 50k. 500,000 damage in 2 hits. Not bad at all. So, in this fight we ended with 25 charges, so we pretty much go straight into binary. We go for our special 2. And note so far that Namor hasn't done anything. We took 1 parry, and that's it. Then we bait the special 2. There we go. And Captain Marvel has excellent light reach, and that's it. Fight's over. Namor didn't have a chance to do anything. He could have had some really, really annoying nodes on him, but it wouldn't have mattered at all. Now we have this Omega Sentinel. We are in 8.1.4, and the final synergy I'm running with is with Photon, who is herself an excellent character, and some say would be a modern version of Captain Marvel, but that just gives her extra charges, again helping her ramp up. The only one that's really giving her extra damage here is Kamala Khan, and that's only by 10%, so it's not hugely necessary. A lot of what you would see would be pretty much the same without. So our weapons very nearly run out, but you can see with just 1 special 2, that was a huge amount of damage. No crits on the special 2, and Omega Sentinel has her natural armours, but that was still most of her health pool gone in just 1 cycle. Now we have Jubilee, we're going in with 22 charges, and we're nearly ramped up already. That's the power of Captain Marvel if you can play her well. You go in after just 1 fight, eat a heavy, don't do that one. But after your first fight, you don't really need to ramp her up again for the entire quest. There we go for our special 2. Now we're going to knock her down in the corner so we can disarm her. And we're just going to bait the special 2 from Jubilee. Come on. And then she's going to go down. It will be that quick. Come on, Jubilee. Special 2. Come on. You're killing my fight time. There we go. So we parry her special 2. Right, here we go. Because the red damage that you get is based off how much damage you deal, the more damage you can deal means you'll deal more red damage, which means she scales really, really well. So if you take her to rank 2, rank 3, throw on boost, throw on recoils, give her nodes that increase her damage, all of them help her a lot. Here in Act 8.3.4, so this is deep Act 8 as well, and she's going to do a very good job against this Massacre. He's the first fight on the path, so we are going to have to ramp up, but I'll also be showing Storm, which is the second fight on the path, as well. Here we have the weapon, it does something extra damage probably, but we also have Red Lining, which I'm going to forget about and it's going to drain all of my power. I'm trying to block extra hits here, just so I can go into my binary faster. There we throw the Striker to steal the node, and I should have just gone straight for the special 2, but oh well. We are getting 20k mediums with, 60k burst damage on them as well, so we're not far off to doing 30k mediums. And from a 7-star rank 1, that's not bad at all. That was a 35k medium, that was a 37k medium. This is going very, very well. Very, very nice reach on her heavy attack as well as light attack. I mistimed the special 2. Doesn't matter. I'm unblockable. Let's keep going. Heavy attack's now at 23 charges. Heavy attack again, we're at 25. Deal with Massacre's special 2, which I really don't like dealing with, especially on this map. You just can't see anything. 1 cheeky intercept, and that's the fight over. But now we're going to be going up against Storm. 1 minute for an Act 8 fight. Not bad at all. 24 charges after 1 parry. We do 1 combo. There we go. We're now into our binary mode. Go into our special 2, nearly mistimed it, would it have mattered? No, because we're unblockable. Deal with the lag spike, big heavy attack. There was a 34k heavy attack with 11k burst, really not bad at all. Throw the laggy as hell Striker, and now we're off. It's at 25k light attacks. I throw the special 1 just so you can see what it looks like. It's a nice long beam. It doesn't really do much, it gives you some extra charges for ramping up, but that's really about it. Going for another Striker. The Striker will benefit from your Fury, so that's really nice for throwing sort of very big Strikers. That was a 45k medium, not bad at all. And very quickly... I just mistimed the heavy. There we go. Now we're just going to end that fight pretty easily. Captain Marvel showing no mercy, a 40-second fight. So, there we have it. Your freshly pulled 7-star rank 1 Captain Marvel. Would I recommend taking her to rank 2? Maybe, if you have a well-developed roster and you like her. but I would say try and get her awakened first. It'll be very difficult to awaken her now that her sort of quest has finished, but at some point in the future, that awakened ability is very, very nice. If you have any questions, please do leave them down below, and consider joining the Discord server, a great place to get specific advice, make suggestions for future video topics, and while I'm awake, I do my best to be there as much as possible. Thank you, and I will see you next time.